Federal Reserve really has its work cut out. Investors are betting they will raise interest rates by a full point later this month. Just a few weeks ago, they raised it by 75 basis points, the biggest increase since 1994. That's back when Chumbawamba was getting knocked down, but they got back up again. But is it too late for this economy to get back up again and tackle inflation? And are we looking at a recession sooner than later? Joining me now is Professor of Business and Economics at the King's College in Manhattan and Fox News contributor, Battle and Brian Brenberg in the house. Hey, man.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
Now you're talking. I'm going to begin on a personal question really quickly, Brenberg. Who do you trust more with inflation, Joe Biden or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady gets better results with inflation. I think he's the guy to go with on this one. No, look, here's the thing, Jimmy. Okay, so we've got a big problem with inflation, and the biggest part of the problem is that it's getting out of the control to the point that we can't predict where it's going.
Yes.
This month, all the expectations were 8.8% inflation. We got 9.1, and everybody was thrown by that.
Yep.
And the reason is because inflation is going broad-based. It's not just gas, it's not just food, it's everything. That's out of control.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let me ask you this question, though. Do you think on some level it would benefit Biden to fire somebody and just put some distance between himself in this economic mismanagement? Because it would buy him back at least a little bit of credibility, because I don't think he has any right now by trying to defy this as an actual crisis that it is.
Yeah, I don't know why he's sticking with this team, except that they're the same ideologues that got him into office in the first place, and it's their plan that he's been running from the very beginning. For the sake of the American people, he should fire somebody. He should let Americans know that he's actually serious about doing something here, get a different team in place that can give him a little cover to try something different. He's got to do something different on energy. He's got to do something different on spending, and he's really got to do something different on COVID policy. He keeps extending these pandemic emergencies, which are keeping workers on the sidelines. He's got to stop that if he wants to do something about the labor shortage and actually start to make it a little easier for businesses to bring down their prices. They cannot do that right now.
And you want to know something else, Brenberg? Something no economic analysis points to is no one's even mentioning how much Joe Biden has driven up the price of breakfast tacos in the last 2 days. Now, they're through the roof, too, man. We can't do anything. But let me ask you this. As a silver lining guy, you and I distill a lot of positive energy, as we do. Do you think there's any world, okay, where this type of inflation leads to an end to the print and spend economics we've seen for future generations? I know this administration isn't getting it under control, but is there a world where people take a lesson from this and maybe we benefit down the road? Because we sure as hell ain't benefiting right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wake-up call. Look, you know, if you're under 50 years old, you really haven't lived through inflation before, which means it's just a hypothetical. And so folks like that can listen to AOC talk about the Green New Deal and talk about modern monetary theory, and they can think it might work. But once you've lived through inflation, you say to yourself, never again. We don't want to do this.
It's so true.
What I like right now is America's getting a real-world education, and I know people are paying attention to it because they're grocery shopping, they're buying things, they can see what's happening. This is the kind of wake-up call. This is the kind of revival in sane economic thinking that could be very good for America if we can get somebody to take Joe Biden's place and offer the leadership he has just woefully failed to provide.
And it's so true. And my biggest frustration again and again and again is that this was avoidable. And you've told me that on the radio. We didn't need to spend the money we spent coming out of the pandemic. To quote Ronald Reagan, you know, government's not the solution to the problem, government is the problem. In this case, government caused the problem, and now he's trying to rely on government to solve it, which, Brenberg, I got to tell you, that's the equivalent of trying to drink yourself sober. It never worked once in college, ever.
I'm just impressed that you can quote Chumbawamba and Ronald Reagan in the same interview. That's a lot of range, Jimmy Fela. Well done on that.
One of the perks.
Yeah, look,
go ahead.
No, I want to hear your perks.
No, I was going to say, one of the perks of dressing like a waiter is you get into a lot of interesting events. So I frolic with a lot of different crowds, was the point. But back to your brilliant point, because you actually have degrees and stuff.
Look, the philosophical basis for the Biden administration is the only smart people in America who can lead us into the future are the people in D.C. What we're learning today is that is emphatically not true. America is best when it's the people at the bottom who are taking initiative, but they need stable prices to do it. Jimmy Fallon, if we're going to prosper, the Biden administration's either got a U-turn or got to get out of office, because America can still succeed. We can thrive, but we've got to do it a different way. And it starts with getting spending under control, getting prices under control, and giving power back to people on the ground.
Spot on, Brian Brenberg. That's why Fox pays you in the best beer they have down there in the pantry. Great stuff, my man. I'll see you again soon.